What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen. This time, honey, I am back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville extra, honey. I will be reading up out of the Love and Marriage Huntsville Facebook group. So without further ado, honey, let's get into it, okay? I just want to see what the people are saying, honey. The people. Shout out to Quad. She be saying stuff like that, honey. Okay, so one person says, y'all remember this scene when Tisha confronts MARSAU about the cheating rumors? Oh, child, almost. Almost didn't get that word out. Y'all didn't hear that though, okay? Y'all didn't hear that, okay? You better reconcile. He said he was with a friend, Chris Fletcher. He said he just a friend. So why they acting brand new, honey? Shout out to Miss Robinson, honey. How did I get in this? Okay, I ain't did nothing. How I get in this? Okay, see how I be minding my business and people be bringing my name up. But let's keep on. Acting brand new with the Fletchers on the show this season. Yeah, I thought that the Fletchers, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I know that they are, more so friends with the Holts, but the Scotts and the Holts have been friends for years, so they all kind of do the same type of stuff. They all kind of in the real estate game, right? So why wouldn't MARSAU and Tisha know Chris and Neil? And then you got, I think it was MARSAU that act like he didn't know that Miss Nell had a daycare center. Remember, she's just his pretty wife, okay? So let's see what the people are saying. One person says lies and more lies, MARSAU. Another person says they are friends, but just not close friends. There are stages of friendship. The Fletchers are more on the associative, work in the same industry, baseline level friends with the Scotts. It was proven with Chris's response to MARSAU name dropping him. Chris insinuated that they aren't buddy and didn't feel comfortable vouching for MARSAU. Now suddenly when the Fletchers want a seat at the table, they're BFFs with the Scotts. Nope. So what y'all think of that? I think what Chris was saying was, hey man, don't be using me to get out of the doghouse, honey, with your wife, because MARSAU, who is a liar, made it look like he went out of town, to discuss some stuff with Chris Fletcher when he was only with him a short amount of time. And that's what Chris was clearing up. Because y'all know that MARSAU, honey, likes to lie and sometimes by omission, either adding too much, honey, to the story or not enough, okay? If the fool would just tell the truth, honey, that would serve him. But, that would be too much right? But yeah, Chris was just trying to clear his good name up, honey. That's why y'all men shouldn't be running with these raggedy niggas. Okay, because they gonna end up bringing you down. Okay? Okay, so let's get to another post. See what the people are saying, honey. Another person says, in regards to the meeting between MARSAU and Mel, unless you are a family member, you're not having a meeting with my husband to hash out anything. I do like Mel, but it couldn't happen with me. And Melody sat right at the table. Am I not correct, you guys? She sat at the table and told Tisha that she was meeting with MARSAU, and Tisha did not have a problem with it, okay? MARSAU, he can speak for himself. Like that my man, but, Mel got to clear stuff up with him. Because I don't have nothing to do with it. You ain't had nothing to do with it, Tisha. No, I didn't. I ain't got a dark soul like Mel in my soul. I a good person. I may have a little imposter syndrome thing going on, but I for the most part, I innocent. I a good person. Okay? Okay, Tisha. So one person says, that's the real problem. If you're having a meeting with her, why can't you just say, oh, I'm meeting Mel today? He's secretive and so is she. A real honest friend probably would run it by you and say, oh, I asked MARSAU for a meeting today to talk about whatsoever. Mel said that at the table. Another person says, let's be honest, Tisha knows Mel don't want her husband. Tisha may know MARSAU respects Mel, and that's what she hates. Catch that, honey. Yeah, and that's like on the show right now, he's trying to put her down. But see, men will do that. They will do that type of bullshiggity. They will try to criticize you. They will try to condemn you, put you in lowest terms, make it look like you're not really doing too much of anything. It's to bring your ego down, trying to humble you, put you in lowest terms, because that's what niggas on the first floor do. Okay, that's just what they do when they don't know how to deal, honey, with all this woman. Okay, that's why when most of these men cheat, they cheat down with some raggedy scallywag. Okay? Scallywag, honey. I ain't said that word in a while, honey. Okay? But another person says, right, why are you so bothered by him? Why his opinions hold so much weight? And what's going on between him and his wife had absolutely nothing to do with what they came to talk about. Another person says, exactly, but she always manages to bring the conversation back to that. Next week, she is sitting with Kiki, entertaining rumors of him cheating. She hated when Tisha said she was trying to destroy her marriage, but by the looks of it, Tisha was right. She is definitely pressed. Listen, Melody don't have to destroy the Scott's marriage. It's already destroyed. It's already in shambles. It was in shambles when his ass couldn't get up to say a few kind words about her. It was in shambles when his ass didn't want to renew his vows in front of his friends. It was in shambles when he didn't invite his woman to Africa, nor did he invite their children. It was in shambles when he scheduled a date night with his woman at their place of business and invited Melody there. Like, what man does that? Okay? So, child, y'all make it make sense. Please make it make sense. Melody is not jealous of Tisha's marriage. Okay? And in the words of my grandmother, honey, Miss Rosie Nail, you don't got a man. You got a pair of pants. Okay? Now catch that tea, honey. Okay? I know that's right, honey. That's that old school, honey. That's that old school. They'll set you straight every time, honey. So another person says, if your businesses were so successful, why did you file bankruptcy? Why not just sell them and split profits in the divorce? I think this person is talking about Miss Melody Cherie. Now, why y'all coming for Melody? Melody got to be one of the most ambitious people. Okay, we won't just say women, because honey, she outperforming the men, honey. Okay, but she is like very ambitious, very motivated. The girl like has a work ethic out this world. Like, why do y'all keep coming for her? Okay, like, I'm not saying you gotta agree with everything that Melody say and do, but if you go come for her, at least make it make sense, because that don't make no damn sense. Okay, like, she had to separate herself from that big head, coconut head ass man. Okay, she had to do what she had to do. And just because you filed bankruptcy, that doesn't mean that you're broke. Sometimes it's to protect your assets. Okay, white people do it all the time, but when a black person do it, y'all just, they broke, they ain't got shit. Y'all like Destiny. She couldn't even rent a car in her name. She needed my ass. Now, meanwhile, we done heard about this same heifer, honey, getting put out of her house by the Chick-fil-A man. Okay, he said, get your ass up out of there, girl. And now she's selling lottery tickets, honey. Okay, child, what number Destiny should I play today? Y'all remember them people back in the day that would be like, girl, play that 757, 50-50. Okay, my mother used to do that. 757, that used to be the number, honey. Okay. But yeah, honey, like, child, I would pay attention to the people that's talking about Mel, honey, and just see if they should be even speaking, honey. Okay, because some people need to stay wrapped up like a tampon. Shut up, shit. Shut the fuck up and get back to work, okay? But I'm just saying, okay, let me get back to the comment section. So one person says they didn't have a business when they divorced in 2021. Their lawn care and preservation business dissolved in 2015 when they separated in 2015. The bankruptcy was for her cleaning business that she took out PPP loans for, and she filed personal bankruptcy. Martell filed personal bankruptcy. Yeah, he should file, because he's an empty vessel any day. Oh, no good nigga. Okay. But, honey, still over there, ain't passed that damn builder's license test, but out here making babies. Okay, that is a nigga on the first floor, honey, if I have ever seen one. Okay. So one person says, would Martell have to pay all that plus a new baby and survive a divorce? Mel says she filed so Martell wouldn't leave her with all the burden. Donald Trump done filed bankruptcy so many times. Filing bankruptcies doesn't mean you're unsuccessful. Exactly. It does not mean that. Okay? Another person comments to that and says, why would Martell pay for something he didn't own? Mel owned that Houghton Holt cleaning company, sole owner. She is the one who took out the PPP loans, not Martell. Houghton Holt Lawn Care dissolved in 2015 before the show started. They both filed personal bankruptcy, and Mel filed business and personal bankruptcy. That is why she was over-talking MARSAU. They need to stop these TV lies. Ooh, child. Another person says Tisha and MARSAU also filed for bankruptcy that wasn't due to a divorce. According to the deposition, he is or was the owner of several businesses: M&M Pools, SOE Construction, MJS LLC, Infinity Pools. Removed Maurice as a partner of the M&M Pools and changed the name. Infinity Pools changed the name to Infinity Properties, Black LLC, Black Bottles, and Scope. Child, y'all know all these people business. MARSAU has had so many businesses that are supposedly successful, yet they are still having financial difficulties. Yeah, his ass out here being sued. Okay. Another person says, you dissolved so there is no more entitlement. Mel filed bankruptcy so she wouldn't be stuck with the fallout from Martell's poor decisions. MARSAU filed bankruptcy himself. Another person says, I guess because they dissolved their businesses, so there was no income for either of them, but Martell filed for bankruptcy, so Mel had to follow suit so she wouldn't be stuck paying bills from a previous two-income household. Another person says all of these reality stars, except for Vanderpump, Candy, and possibly Vicky, are living fake materialistic lives. We just have to understand not to fall into their delusions and look at it as entertainment. Another person says, I just don't respect Mel for thinking she is so much better after the fact. She's still recovering as Martell is financially. They're on the right side of the same coin and making progress, but it still weighs equally on what they both can and can't do. Child, bye. She doing way better than him. To answer your question, Mel didn't want to share or split anything. Martell wanted parts of Embrace Beauty, and she wasn't having it. She didn't think he deserved parts of what she claimed was solely hers. He ultimately filed for bankruptcy, and she did too, so she wouldn't be stuck with all the debt. It would have behooved her to just settle. Pride said no. Another person says because of their divorce, Martell and Mel split their joint debt 50-50 in their divorce. When Martell filed for bankruptcy, his creditors would get 100% after Mel. That's why she filed for bankruptcy, to keep from assuming all of Martell's portion of the debt. Exactly. Like, why y'all don't understand that? Okay. Another person says because Melody was 50% owner and responsible for the businesses, taxes, and etc., she did an 11, which means she is reorganizing herself so she can reestablish while borrowing money with the court's approval. What kind did MARSAU do? MARSAU has already said he takes all the financial hits, so if he filed for bankruptcy individually, it doesn't affect his wife. Another person makes a post and it says, ain't no way I'm letting anyone call my husband out of his name or insinuate anything about him having female traits. And I say nothing. Tisha is not only delusional, she's scary. So one person comments to this and says, sometimes to preserve your own sanity, you have to ignore people like Stormy. And if you do it enough, they will leave you alone. Because what she really wants is a reaction, so she has something else to talk about. Don't even give her the satisfaction. Child, Tisha didn't want no problems with Stormy, and she know that man is a bitch. That's why she didn't say nothing. Okay, if a woman feel like some shit is true about their man, they gonna be like, child, child, she's saying what I want to say, honey. Okay, that's what that is. So another person says, did I hear Fred correctly? Martell got his builder's permit. Is that the same as a license? If so, that's great. One person says, no, they are not the same. He still ain't got that damn license. Another person says, would you answer this question? I need to hear the answer for more than a qualified and certified licensed contractor. Oh, they're asking MARSAU this question. Now, did MARSAU reply? So MARSAU replied and said a building permit is needed for every project. The city is permitting the builder to build a specific structure on this plot of land. Only a licensed contractor can pull a permit. It's not a builder's permit, but rather a building permit. You need a builder's license to pull a building permit. Ooh, child. So somebody ends up calling out MARSAU, saying they are confused by what he's talking about. MARSAU says, what's the confusion? There are thousands of contractors in Alabama. Another person says, I see Melanie's name, Melody. They calling her Melanie, honey, like Miss Wanda, honey. I see Melody's name on the current list and not Martell's. Am I looking at the wrong website? MARSAU says, no, you aren't on the wrong website, but you are minding business that doesn't concern you or benefit you, so you were lost before you even started your search. The best way to resolve this is to call Martell's CPA or attorney and find out what entity he's building under. Then search for the qualifying agent who holds the license for that company, or you can watch the effing TV show on Saturday night and stay out of people's actual business and let them do their job. They are trying to entertain people who insist on being annoying. Oh, and her name is Melody, if that helps. Oh, MARSAU is a damn fool. Y'all know he know Melody name, honey, because he got a crush on her, honey. Oh, child, these people is crazy, honey, okay? Child. So another person says, now Courtney, stop. Okay, this is another post. You wasn't even at the event to know if it was organized or not. You listened to someone that's mad about $100. Also, give them a break. It was their first event like this. Everyone always thinks they can do something better, and it's annoying. So one person comments to that and says, totally agree. He's giving B vibes because any other man would have told his wife to cut it. We're going to hear about this 100 times till the next season. Geesh. Another person says, Kimmy is also making a big deal about $100, except when she was up in Tisha's face, she didn't mention it. Another person says, what's annoying is kiddos, if they can do it better. It shouldn't be a competition. Just get out there, see what you are dealing with, and give the people what they want. You can have more than one per year. So what do y'all think about that? It sounds like, the people is trying to defend the Scots, honey. Okay, another person says, right, just leave it alone and do one yourself. You'll see how things can go wrong. I thought they did a pretty good job for this to be their first expo, but some people will never give you credit because of who you are. Another person says she wasn't mad about no $100. It was that it wasn't spoken of until they were setting up. I do not agree with them saying anything against the Black Expo. I wouldn't have had no meeting to talk about how it could have been better. If you can do it better, then do it, period. So another person makes a post and says, Martell is back in the game. I don't care what he did. He grinds. Entrepreneurs get it. Hashtag get it, Martell, money, money, money. So a person comments to that post and says, y'all don't let Martell fool you. He wants Melody back. He doesn't do anything without expecting something in return. Okay, cool. He takes up for males sometimes. Nothing he's trying is really taking off. Let's be real. He knows he was better off with Mel than without her. She's doing great things for herself and her kids. He can try, but you can't treat people any kind of way and think you will get blessed for it. He's reaping what he sowed. Watch what I tell you. He's going to try to get Mel back, but she'll never go back to him. He did way too much damage, and he should go be with Coleslaw. Not Coleslaw. It's Coleslaw. So another person comments to this and says, what does all that have to do with that man being back in the home building game? So what, he wants his wife back. That was his wife. I hope he can get her back to really give y'all something to talk about. She ain't going back to him. The door is closed. Okay, the door is closed. So the last post is the last post. One person says, I need to understand why Stormy thinks everybody is scared of her and her husband. So one person comments to that and says, her husband was getting on my nerves with his inarticulate remarks. Boy, bye. Another person says, because she probably been doing this her whole life and ain't nobody ever jumped back at her. But one day she is going to run into the wrong person. They're talking about Stormy. Another person says, MARSAU is a bully and they not taking that crap. People will walk all over you unless you stand up for yourself. That's right. They are a team and I don't blame them. Let people know how you coming up front. I know. Another person says, I'm not understanding why her husband didn't stop her from going back and forth with MARSAU. That whole conversation was unnecessary and unprofessional. So what did y'all think of that? Another person says Stormy and her husband shouldn't be on the show. The way they curse those elderly women out is a disgrace. Carlos should have kicked them off. Stormy is ghetto and has no grace. Courtney is following along with the bad behavior. They must had something to hide at that warehouse. Why are you so upset because someone is filming your warehouse? His mother doesn't seem like the type to raise him that way, but ghetto Stormy and her ghetto mama may have rubbed off on him. Ooh, child. So anyways, honey, that's all I got, honey. The people is dragging, honey. Stormy and Courtney, honey. I'm team Stormy and Courtney. They had to get big toenail head together, honey. You got to do what you got to do sometimes, okay? So don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.